She froze when she saw my wife, not a flinch, not a twitch. She froze cart, halfway out the aisle, hands clamped on the metal. Like it anchored her to this reality. I smiled, long time no see. I said calm, even she looked between us, me and the woman beside me, her eyes darted back to my wife, and then she ran, left the cart, left everything. Moments later, my phone buzzed. Divorce her now. Your new wife is... I didn't open the rest. I already knew what it said. 11 years. That's how long it had been since Amanda walked out of my life. 11 years since the woman I built everything with business dreams. A home destroyed it all in one quiet afternoon. I came home early. That's all it took. The wrong Tuesday, a forgotten client lunch. Cancelled last minute. I stepped through the door and heard laughter. Not hers, his. It was worse than rage. It was betrayal wrapped in routine. Their voices blended like it had been going on for a while. Comfortable, practiced. She didn't beg. That would have almost helped, she said. We were never meant to last anyway. Like it was weather, like we were just rain clouds that passed. She left with him 3 weeks later, took half the company, almost all the savings and every illusion I had about loyalty. They married within the year, started their shiny new life. With my money I disappeared. No outbursts, no scorched earth mess, just silence. But I don't forgive. I build. I started over with nothing but time and intent. I studied her. Quietly, every business venture she touched, every lawsuit he buried, every person they used and left limping. She thought she married up truth. Is she married a parasite? With better suits, while she smiled for press photos, he skimmed behind her back. When the cracks started showing, I smiled too. 5 years later, I was a ghost. In a new city, under a different name, wealthier, sharper, married to the kind of woman Amanda used to pretend to be. Elegant, brilliant, dangerous in all the right ways. I didn't pick Sarah by accident. She had motive. Amanda's husband screwed over her family in a merger 5 years ago, bankrupted them. Sarah never forgot. Together, we became something neither of them could have predicted. Predators. I bought into Amanda's new startup through a shell company. Watched from the shadows, leaked a tip here. Exposed a number there, enough to raise investor eyebrows, not enough to trace back Sarah. She played her role perfectly. Social media philanthropy events, subtle magazine features. Just enough to surface on Amanda's radar like a faint itch you can't quite place. Until today, until the supermarket aisle where it all crashed, she saw Sarah beside me and the mask cracked. Her message kept coming. You have no idea who she really is. She's dangerous. She ruin you. Please call me. I'm not trying to hurt you. She's lying to you like she lied to everyone else. The irony nearly made me laugh, so I replied, "You'd know a lot about that, wouldn't you?" No response. But I wasn't done. 2 weeks later, Amanda was served. By then, Sarah had exposed enough financial dirt on Amanda's husband to launch a federal investigation. Insider trading, tax fraud, racketeering. They froze all accounts, including Amanda's. She wasn't part of the scheme, but she'd signed everything. Her name was on every deal. Now, it was her turn to lose half her company, half her estate, half her reputation. I let the press do the rest. Sarah's anonymous tip reached every financial journal in the city. Amanda's name fell from trending hashtags to legal briefings. The sponsors pulled out, board members turned on her, but I wanted one more thing. Closure. I invited her to lunch, same cafe, where we signed the papers for our old company. A perfect circle. She looked tired, smaller, like someone had carved the pride out of her, and all that remained was skin and calculation. You did this, she said quietly. I sipped my espresso. Did what? You destroyed me? No. I said you did that. I just made sure you watched. She leaned in, voice shaking. Sarah will ruin you, just like she did me. I tilted my head. No, she just finished what you started. She blinked. Realization settled in like cold fog. You planned this, all of it. I stood. You left me for a con man. Amanda, you stole my company, mocked the ashes. I spent a decade building an empire from your betrayal. You think this was revenge? I leaned closer. This was mercy. I walked out before she could speak. Sarah was waiting in the car. Engine running, eyes ahead like none of it rattled her. Did she beg? Sarah asked. No, I said. She finally shut up. We drove off. As the cafe faded in the rear view, I didn't look back. Regret. is a luxury, and I stopped paying for it 11 years ago.